Every gardener dreams of deep black soil that holds moisture, crumbles in the hand, and feeds plants so well they seem to grow overnight. Strangely enough, one of the oldest and most reliable ways to build such soil is banned or heavily restricted in modern farming. That substance is raw animal manure. Industrial agriculture avoids it because of strict food safety rules and logistical headaches, but home gardeners know better. For centuries, manure has been the lifeblood of fertile fields, orchards, and gardens. Used correctly, it transforms tired dirt into thriving, humus-rich soil at a fraction of the cost of chemical fertilizers. This isn't outdated folk wisdom, it's soil science that has stood the test of time. The same microbes that break down manure also build structure, attract earthworms, and create the black organic matter that healthy soil is made of. For the gardener who wants crops that taste better, roots that grow deeper, and a soil that improves each year instead of declining, this banned fertilizer is still one of the most powerful tools available. In the past, manure was the main fertilizer for farms. Barnyards provided endless supplies, and spreading it on fields returned nutrients to the soil. But problems arose as farming scaled up. Fresh manure can contain pathogens like E. coli or salmonella, and applying it too close to harvest risks contaminating food. Regulations were created to protect consumers, and large farms shifted toward bagged synthetic fertilizers that are easier to transport, measure, and market. Another challenge was logistics. Managing thousands of tons of manure on a large farm requires storage lagoons, transport trucks, and strict handling. Yet while commercial agriculture dropped manure, gardeners never stopped. On a small scale, manure is manageable, safe when aged, and far more effective at building long-term soil health than the chemical alternatives. Not all manure is created equal, and knowing the differences helps a gardener avoid mistakes and maximize benefits. Cow manure is among the most common and safest. It is relatively low in nitrogen compared to poultry manure, but it improves soil structure, adds organic matter, and provides a steady, balanced nutrient release. Aged cow manure spread at about 1 40-pound bag per 15 to 20 square feet enriches beds without risk of burning crops. Chicken manure is a powerhouse. Rich in nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, it can jumpstart plant growth but is hot when fresh, meaning it can damage plants if applied directly. The best practice is composting it for at least 3 to 4 months or diluting it as a tea. 1 shovel of composted chicken manure in 5 gallons of water for feeding heavy feeders like tomatoes and corn. Rabbit manure is often called cold manure because it's gentle enough to apply fresh. A handful worked into the base of each plant is enough to boost nitrogen without risk. Horse manure is widely available but comes with a catch. It often carries weed seeds because of how horses digest. Composting it properly solves this. And when matured, it creates a light, crumbly addition that improves soil tilth. Goat and sheep manure are drier, less odorous, and easy to handle. They provide balanced nutrients and break down quickly, making them a favorite for smaller gardens. The best results often come from blending. The gardener can mix 1 part chicken manure with 3 parts cow or goat manure, then age the pile for a few months. This creates a balanced fertilizer that provides both quick-release nitrogen and long-lasting organic matter. So the key to manure use is all about timing and method. Applying it fresh on a bed where you plan to plant immediately is, well, a mistake. It risks burning your plants and introducing harmful organisms. The safest method really is composting. Just mix 2 parts carbon-rich materials like leaves, straw, or even shredded paper with 1 part manure. Pile it at least 3 feet high to generate heat and, within 3 to 4 months it breaks down into a stable dark compost. This heat not only stabilizes nutrients but also kills most pathogens and weed seeds. Now, for gardeners who prefer to apply manure directly, trenching is a safe technique. Dig a trench 8 to 10 inches deep, spread a 2-inch layer of manure, then cover it with 6 inches of soil. Plant above the filled trench weeks later. By the time roots reach the manure, microbes have broken it down into plant-safe nutrients. Another method is side dressing. For example, apply composted cow or goat manure along the base of tomato rows mid-season at about 2 cups per plant, then water it in. This provides a slow release of nutrients during the critical fruiting stage. The most remarkable effect of manure isn't just nutrients, it's the way it rebuilds soil. Organic matter from manure feeds soil microbes, which in turn release sticky compounds that glue soil particles into stable crumbs. This crumb structure allows soil to hold moisture while still draining excess water, preventing both drought stress and waterlogging. Over time, repeated applications create a deep black soil rich in humus. This soil not only supports crops, but also reduces erosion, buffers pH, and fosters natural pest resistance. Gardeners often notice earthworm populations doubling in beds treated with manure compared to those treated with synthetic fertilizer. A simple demonstration is to apply 1 wheelbarrow of composted manure per 10 square feet in spring, mixing it into the top 6 inches of soil. By the end of the season, you'll see looser soil, stronger root penetration, and healthier crop growth compared to untreated beds. Chemical fertilizers deliver quick results, often greening plants within days. But honestly, they come at a cost. Because they bypass soil biology, they create dependency, leaving soil lifeless and prone to compaction. Manure works differently. It builds soil over time, making each year's garden better than the last. Crops grown in manure-enriched soil develop stronger roots, resist stress better, and produce food with richer flavor. Tomatoes grown in manure-rich soil taste sweeter, carrots are denser and more nutritious, and leafy greens hold moisture longer after harvest. This long-term improvement is why generations of gardeners trust manure while commercial farms rely on short-term chemical fixes. The fertilizer that modern farming turned its back on still holds the key to soil that truly lives. When applied responsibly, animal manure is not dangerous waste, but the foundation of black, fertile soil. Whether composted into a stable amendment, buried in trenches, or blended with carbon-rich material, manure transforms dirt into a living ecosystem that sustains itself. Gardeners who use manure wisely not only save money, but also build soil that will outlast them. In a time when synthetic fertilizers dominate the shelves, this banned resource remains the most natural, cost-effective, and powerful option for home growers. If you value practical, time-tested ways to grow healthier plants and build lasting soil, subscribe to Soil Doctor and share this with other gardeners. Black gold isn't bought in a bag, it's made in your own garden, and manure is one of the best ways to create it.